Without a vision, my people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Man, that verse has been on my mind for some months now. And I think what I find so appealing about this verse is the first part, when it says, without a vision, my people perish, because you see that all around. You see men and women that are not ambitious, they don't have goals, they don't have any, they're basically hopeless. And then on the other side of that, you do have people that have goals and that are ambitious, yet they don't have the steps or the clarity on how to achieve a lot of the things that they're wanting to achieve. Now, me being in this category, stressed out about my future, because I think ultimately a lot of people are, right? It's super easy to get stressed about your future because you got family, you got friends, you got spouses, you got coaches, school systems, just telling you if you don't be successful, that you're basically screwed. You get doctors that are literally writing, articles about this, only adding pressure to you. And people are asking questions like, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Who are you going to spend the rest of your life with? How are you going to be successful? And that in itself is a question that you might need to ask yourself. What is success? What is success to you? Back to the verse, without a vision, my people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. I've come to realize that I don't believe God is so concerned on what we do exactly, but who we are becoming. And if you're anything like me, that's not enough for you to be like, oh, right on. That answers all my questions. So what do I do? Well, I'm reading people that are also in circumstances of unpredictability where they don't have the answers. And Hebrews 11 really shows some of these people like Moses, Jacob, Joseph, Samson, David, where men conquered kingdoms, put armies in flight, quenched fires, closed the mouths of lions, man. Some powerful stuff, but they did it by faith. So what is faith? Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, conviction of the things unseen. So I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking about all these people that were successful, but why were they successful? Was because they kept the faith. And on the other hand of that, there's people like in Exodus 32 that didn't keep the faith. The Israelites were waiting on Moses while he was on the mountain getting the 10 Commandments, and he was up there for like 40 days and 40 nights. And the people got discouraged in this month and a half, and they were like, yo, where's this Moses guy? We haven't seen him. Let's make this idol and basically have this huge orgy party. And 3,000 people were slain that day. Without a vision, my people perish. So I'm thinking about faith, and I'm thinking about success, and I'm thinking about what am I supposed to do with my life. And if you're anything like me, you're like praying like, give me a sign. Let lightning strike in front of me. If I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z, like your prayers just become very drastic and you become discouraged because you don't have the answers to a lot of these questions that you're dealing with. There might be people that are doubting you, people that are questioning your every move, and you might be questioning yourself, like, when is it going to be my time? There really isn't an answer. There really isn't an answer to the questions that you may be facing. And I think that's the answer in itself. The testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. What I've learned about faith is it almost eliminates pride. It makes you understand your dependence on God. So whenever we're in these circumstances, when we don't know when's the next step, it really pushes us towards God or it pushes us away. And I think we need to view these circumstances with joy, like James 1 says, like, count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. It's ultimately producing something in us, and it's ultimately making us the man or woman God wants us to be. The world deems success as like finances, and you hear the saying all the time, money doesn't buy happiness. And that's almost like an ignorant statement, because there's people that all they've known is really poverty. But if you find your value solely in a nice car or a nice house, you came into this world naked and leaving this world with nothing yet again. You came into this world with nothing, and you're going to leave this world with nothing. And when you realize that, and you really question eternity, it makes you look at life a lot differently. Life wasn't meant to be self-centered. Man came to serve, not to be served. So really, without a vision, my people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Timothy says, I think it's Timothy, do not grow weary in doing good, for in due time you will reap some type of reward. And I think when we look at that, when we look at that verse, we think materialistic reward. The kingdom of heaven is not like that. Like, the kingdom of heaven, it says, lay up your treasures in heaven. I think we always think that this reward is going to be some materialistic thing. I think it might just be kindness. It might be the fruits of the Spirit. It might be kindness, love, joy, and peace. I know it's discouraging to some, but you don't have to be a believer to even understand the fact that the struggles that you're going through is producing something in you. And in that, you should change your perspective on things. Instead of being frustrated, being joyful that you're getting stronger because of it. So yeah, man, something that I've been dealing with lately. Oh gosh, son of a bitch. Yeah, something that I've been dealing with, man, is just trying to be more open-minded about a lot of these things. And thankfully, stuff is starting to go in a really good direction. It's going somewhere, man. It's finally going somewhere. But there's been so many times, man, where I've wanted to give up. There's been so many times where I wanted to quit, and I'm really happy I didn't.